Defenses against the Asian carp, dredging harbors, and protecting Michigan military bases are among the 2015 priorities for the state's congressional delegation. Senator Debbie Stabenow and Representative Fred Upton announced the action plan this week for a better Michigan. And this morning we are joined by Congressman Fred Upton. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good to be here again. Thank you. Good morning.
You are headed back to Washington later today, but you've spent some good quality time in your home state with these folks that are really working hard to change things.
Well, we did. In fact, this weekend, this last couple of days, many of the Michigan delegation, including the governor, leaders from across the state, were up at Mackinac Island for the annual Chamber of Commerce East-West confab, I guess you could say. Lots of speakers. What are we doing to help each other? The Great Lakes, obviously, right on the front burner. And Debbie Stabenow, our senator, Gary Peters, myself, the rest of the delegation, very anxious to help on making sure that the Asian carp does not get into the Great Lakes. We also have some bipartisan legislation that we're moving through our committee, my committee, Energy and Commerce, on microbeads, banning microbeads.
Well, and let's talk about that.
Those microbeads,
when you think about it, I've used lotions that have those little itty bitty things. It feels like a little bit of grit in there. A lot of cosmetics have them. They're supposed to help with exfoliation and everything else. And you're saying, let's stop that.
Well, they get through the filter at the water, at the sewage plant, and they get into the rivers, and the fish eat them, and then of course we eat the fish. I mean, they never degrade. They never do.
It never goes away.
So the larger companies, Johnson & Johnson and some others, they recognize the risks. Some states have banned them, but we said let's do it nationally now.
Okay.
And so we've got legislation that's going to do so. It's bipartisan. We approved it in the subcommittee 2 weeks ago, but look for it to be on the House floor, get it to the president's desk before too much longer. So not only ban the manufacture of it, but also the sale, so it's not made overseas and sent here.
Okay, we've been talking about this. Another Republican has thrown his hat into the ring. This is now up to 8.
We got John Kasich, I think, later this week, the governor of Ohio. I think he's going to.
Okay, so why do you think so many are vying for this seat?
Well, it's an open, you got no incumbent on the Democratic side. You've got a lot of people who, you got a lot of senators who all think that they ought to be in the White House.
Does Fred Upton want to be in the White House?
No, my wife is happy with what I'm doing. I'm not going to Iowa.
Did you see how quickly this happened?
I'll go to Indiana to see you guys.
Okay.
But I'm not going to Iowa. Don't worry.
But why so many? Doesn't this dilute the field? Doesn't this ruin the chances for Republicans to get someone in the White House, Fred?
Yeah, because most folks that can only figure out 3 or 4, maybe 5, not 16, 20. So that first debate that they're going to have later on this summer, wait till you hear the howling from the folks who don't get in, who aren't even among the group of 9 or 10 who, they're all raising 10, 20, 30 million.
Do you have a favorite in all of this?
I don't right now. I don't.
How come I feel like you do, but you just don't want to say?
No, I don't.
What?
You're going to have to, no, I don't have a favorite. I do not have a favorite. We're going to have a good candidate. And actually a year from now, so unlike in the past, when it, maybe it gets drawn out in the midsummer, we're going to know, 10 months from now who our nominee is going to be.
Fred, thank you. You always are so good at taking the time to drop in and see us. Safe travels to Washington. Keep in touch with us, okay?
Yep, you bet.
All right, thanks so much. And if you missed any part of this interview, we're going to post it on our website after the show.
Good.
Safe travels to you, okay?